Well, hello everybody, and welcome to New Brew, episode 40. I got a little distracted. I had a phone call coming in. It was not my best friend scam, likely. It was somebody from South Carolina that I don't know. Welcome. I want to first off welcome our panel because we have nobody in the chat, anyways. We have miscellaneous brew reviews.
Cheers, guys.
East Coast LQ reviews.
Cheers.
We got the other half of FLX, Dan.
Legendary Dan.
Hey, gang.
51%.
That is FLX beer reviews. Let me put the whole name out there for those that are hard of seeing. Thomas Metal 75.
Cheers. Hello.
Massachusetts beer review. Beer Man.
Cheers.
Alex the Beer Master.
What is up, everybody? Cheers.
And myself, Bumpy Road. I am here hosting my own show, New Brew, on Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. Hey, Commerce Aussie, welcome. Cheers to you, buddy. But yeah, let's go ahead and get this show rolling. And cheers to Tanner as well in the chat. First up is going to before we get to that, I want to let everybody know my side beer. Tanner was nice enough to bring this all the way to New York and share it with everybody. And
good beer.
So I've got the Rise American Pale Ale as my side beer tonight.
Nice.
It's pretty good. All right. Hopefully it doesn't interfere with my main beer. All right. We're bringing up miscellaneous.
Why you do that to me, Tim? Anyways, I've got a product here out of Kansas City, Missouri, from Boulevard Brewing Company. I would assume this is a Best Buy date of December 15th, 2022. This is their Dream Vision. This is a orange, oh God, the white can. Orange Vanilla Ale. Like I said, 5.7%, 11 IBUs, and it's one of those sticker cans again. Those re-wrap cans. So we'll check that out after. No idea. These beers have kind of been hit or miss from them. I wish they'd just start putting out some different kind of barrel aged stuff. That would be great. Looks pretty good for an ale. Looks like a New England IPA, to be honest with you. One finger, pretty. It's tight knit, but a little bit soapy, frothy on top. On the nose, it's definitely bright, citrusy, a little bit pithy, definitely orange. Smells good. Maybe a very light grapefruit. I don't pick up much vanilla. Cheers. Let's drink it.
Cheers. Cheers.
I'd say it's got like a medium body. Carbonation's kind of high, so it's light, lifty, crisp. Very, very vibrant citrus notes. Like I said, slightly pithy. Vanilla is good. It almost gives you this milkshake IPA with like no IBUs. It's very, very different. I'd say there is just a tad bit of bitterness. Not really noticeable. Very, very, very moderate. Not bad. One of the better ones of this different can series type of deal they've been putting out. Not bad. Cheers.
Nice. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, bro.
I didn't know Boulevard made IPAs and stuff.
I don't know. They just call this an orange vanilla ale. That didn't stick around long. Not a lot of lacing, but tastes all right. This be like good to go to the beach.
Looks tasty.
You could probably drop some vodka in this. You'd be good.
All right. Or some champagne, right? Make it like a mimosa.
Kind of soda. It's got that ish, but yeah, it's low AB. Like I said, it's It's pretty basic, but very flavorful for what it is. If you're going out in a couple months, not bad.
No, it's all right. Thank you, miscellaneous.
Cheers, bro.
Cheers.
All right.
Timmy.
Yeah.
Legendary Tanner.
Here. And I got a beer that was gifted to me from 93 Lumber Keith, spelled out, by the way. 93 Lumber spelled out. And yeah, it's pretty ironic that he gave me this. I got Nemo Dark Mild Ale.
Wow.
So I finally got my hands on English Mild. It says our interpretation of an English style dark mild. Mild is definitely an understatement. Enjoy fresh from the can or in your favorite glass. Nemo, brewed and canned by Bond Place Brewing Company, 310 Taylor Street, Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. No date or ABV, but I'll look up the ABV afterwards. Yeah, I thought that was cool. I was like, perfect beer to bring to Bumpies. And yeah, let's crack this open.
You're not at my house.
Bumpy show.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's dark. I gotta hold that up to the light for sure. That's a pretty dark beer. I guess Dirty Glassware Mafia. So it pours I'd say it's kind of a ruby color. It's not completely pitch black. It's got like a khaki colored, nice frothy, creamy head on top. Looks pretty good. Yeah. It's definitely ruby. Super hazy. Can't see through it at all. There's no clarity to it. Some effervescence there. But yeah, it's holding some about a finger head, holding some nice retention. And yeah, let's go for the nose on this. So nosers.
Nosers.
I think we're at the wrong party for that.
Yeah.
Big toffee, brown sugar molasses notes. So there's a lot of sweetness. Nice biscuity breadiness as well. A little floral. There's actually like some dried fruits, like a little bit of raisin. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, overall, getting some nice roasty notes. It's actually a little bit of like a nuttiness.
I like nuts.
I'm not sure the ABV, but I'm guessing this is around like 4%, 4.5%, somewhere around there, possibly Bumpy, right? Usually the dark miles around that range, I think.
4% or less, I would say. Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right. But yeah, overall, it smells nice. There's actually a little bit of dark chocolate as well, so it's got some roasty notes, a little bit of nuttiness, lots of sweetness, chocolate, biscuity, bready, brown bread like. And yeah, overall, it smells pretty damn good. So let's try this out. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
3.8, Tanner.
Thank you. There's actually a nice, there's a little bit of a drying astringency on the back end, but you're left with a lot of sweetness. Lots of, I'd say, toffee and like brown sugar linger. And you're left with that, just like a clean sweetness. There's a little bit of a drying aspect. I wouldn't necessarily say it's bitter, just more dry. Some big bready notes in between. A little citrusy, like a little bit of lemon, actually. A little bit of lemon combined with like some raisins. So there is some nice fruity notes coming out of this as well. Breadiness in the background. I'd say medium carbonation. It's got a nice body to it. It has a decent viscosity. It does kind of have like a creamy mouthfeel, I guess you could say. A little bit of like roasty coffee, dark chocolate. It's pretty good. And I'm not really too familiar with this style, other than what I've seen on Bumpy Show. Like I haven't had any before, so this is the first one for me. I'd And I'm enjoying it. I think it's pretty good as far as flavor in lower ABV. Maybe you want to drink some stuff that has a little bit lower ABV, but you want somewhat robust and velvety, slightly creamy beer that's not super high, like 6.5, 7, 8, something around there. This is a good session beer for something that, like I said, something that you can drink a little bit more of, or possibly not get too buzzed. I can see myself drinking a couple of these. The sweetness isn't cloying, but the sweetness is nice. It definitely rounds out the beer, and all the flavors work really well together. So overall, I'm enjoying this, and yeah, definitely shout out for this. And like I said, I just found it so ironic. I don't know if maybe he's watched in the past or heard, but I thought that was pretty ironic that he ended up gifting me one of these. But yeah, I am super excited to finally try the style, and whenever we get to it, I have some maybe some other notes and a rating. So cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Appreciate you, Tanner.
Cheers,
Well,
bro.
appreciate you, Tanner. Thanks so much.
I
All right.
appreciate it.
Speaking of Tanner, let's bring up Dan.
Legendary Dan.
All right. So I have a beer I actually just picked up today on a whim. This is from the Maine Beer Company, and this is Mean Old Tom.
Nice.
This is a stout aged on natural vanilla beans, and this comes in at 6.5 ABV, and it was actually bottled on September 6th, so fairly fresh, less than a month. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of crap on the back I'm not going to read. So, yeah, let's crack her open. It's been out of the fridge for about 10 minutes. I should have took it out a little bit earlier, but I got chatting with the boys, so kind of forgot about it. I like Maine Beer Company. I've only had their IPA, so I've never really had much in the way of stouts. So
You're gonna love it.
So it's definitely dark. I can't see anything through it. Khaki colored head, kind of dissipating. If I swirl it up, it builds up to a nice creamy looking head. Leaves some legs, but it's only 6.5%, so I don't expect much. But nice lacing, to say the least. Whew. So nice dark roasted coffee notes. Not getting much in the way of vanilla though. I mean, they say it's aged on vanilla. Yeah, natural vanilla beans. It could be as it warms up, so maybe I'll have like further notes on the aroma or whatever later. Yeah, it's kind of got that baker's chocolate, light roast coffee kind of deal to it. Honestly, it smells like Founder's Breakfast Stout, sort of, if you can imagine that. I know a lot of people have had that. Maybe slight vanilla, slight sweetness. All right. Cheers.
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 Do it.
Cheers, Mike.
Yikes.
Thanks, Timmy.
Dan. Mike.
Fairy godparent.
It's pretty thin. Even at 6.5%. I was expecting it to be a little bit more creamy, or wanting it to, rather. It's got a nice kind of airy kind of thing going on the back of the palate, but like I said, I'd prefer a Founder's Breakfast Stout over this. Like, I feel like that's a bit more creamy or whatever. Lots of coffee. I'm not getting any vanilla, to be honest. Like, maybe the slightest hint of it, which is a bit of a letdown because I got kind of stoked. I was like, okay, vanilla. Like, I like vanilla and stouts and stuff.
For Legendary Dan, you can always do a side-by-side on the channel.
I could. Maybe I'll keep that in mind. Thank you, Alex.
You're welcome, Chief.
Yeah, it's actually pretty bitter. You got, roasted dark malts and everything. Lots of coffee. They don't say coffee, but yeah, it's just a good session stout. But for them to say vanilla, I'm not getting it. I'll let it warm up. I mean, I'll let the rest of the panel go ahead and hopefully it changes. If not, I mean, it's not a bad stout by any means, but it's not as advertised. So, all right, guys. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, bro.
First, you got to answer this.
Listen to me and listen good.
Legendary Richopolis.
Cheers, cheers, cheers to all. Thanks, Rich, for showing up. All right. I think we're on to Eric.
Legendary.
Thank you for passing the torch there. We're gonna drink some Fulcrum by Equilibrium. I'm getting right to it. Fulcrum. This needs to be drank. This says the 17th of June. Let's do it. Let's get it done. Middletown, New York, 8.5%. Hashtag think NY, drink NY. That's strange from a Bostonian.
Is this
We got Sabro, Citra, and Nelson Sauvon hops, according to the Equilibrium website, where I could find some information. Actually, at one point they said this was 8%. So yeah, Citra and Sabro in the Whirlpool, and it was dry hop with Citra, Nelson, and Sabro, and I should get flavors of passion fruit, cannabis, white grape, wine, grapes, and coconut. So let's see if that's the case, shall we?
Well, Eric, that's why they said drink from the wine then, because it's just going to be wine taste.
Yep. This should be aggressively. Oh, well, it should be hopped enough. But this is 3 months. Coming up last week, so yeah. Ooh, I got one of your beer pours there, Mr. Alex. But it looks good.
Alex, the beer man.
Beer, though.
Exactly.
Giant head, which is called, 3 and a pinky. Very murky. It's got that murky look to it that the New England IPAs do, and nice head that's very creamy and somewhat sudsy at the same time looking. All right, let's get a nose if we can. Ooh, nice. There is there's some tangerine in there, milkshakey. Getting a little bit of a vanilla, or maybe not vanilla, like a lactic kind of a smell, lactose kind of a smell, lactose sugar, but I'm not sure that there's any in there to speak of. Maybe a little bit of a piney-ness or like a eucalyptus mintiness, maybe. Yeah. There is the tangerine, definitely. There's something that's reminding me of grapefruit in the background. Definitely the white grape and white toasty bread. Maybe some marmalade or like an apricot jam in the background too. That smells pretty good. Let's drink it up. Cheers.
Shall we? Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, Eric.
Cheerios.
Ooh. Yeah, definitely there's a pine element. There's definitely some kind of eucalyptus or like a minty aspect in there too. Yeah, definitely.
Minty.
Like a cooling sensation from the hops, kind of, sort of.
Kind of like a burn?
No, cool.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, definitely there's a minty or this minty pine tree, like where Beer Man's from, kind of a. If you smelled the pine, this is exactly what you're getting in the taste.
Nice.
Definitely tangerine. I don't know if I'm getting coconut from the Sabro, but you could persuade me that that's some of the sweetness that I'm getting in there. There's definitely a lactose, kind of a milk sugary element, or almost like a milk shake IPA kind of a taste to it. There's definitely the toasty white bread. I'm definitely getting like an apricot or some kind of like a fruit preserve that you put over the white bread toast. Like I guess I am getting that white grape kind of a winey element to it. It's a medium-bodied beer. It's a fairly fluffy, velvety, smooth texture. I'm not getting 8.5% really, and it's pretty dry and refreshing beer. And it does have a nice, at this point, it is leaving a nice creamy head. So far so good. Maybe when it warms up, the hop oils and the resins will pick up a little bit, and I'll be able to detect a little bit more going on. So for now, good stuff. Cheers.
Right.
Yeah. Cheers, Eric.
Interesting beer.
I think we're on to
Cheers, Eric.
Beer Man.
Cheers.
Beer
Chip
man.
started brewing last night and he hasn't stopped.
Let's
got the
go,
bug.
beer man.
Ah.
When your hobby becomes your career, beer man.
Oh yeah, fun stuff. Yeah, an experience indeed. So this is a English style porter, clocking in at 5.4% ABV. It's a collab with Block 15 Brewing out of Corvallis, Oregon, and Link Malt out of Spokane Valley, Washington. It's basically a very simple label. It's just that's all it is, really. Tells what's on it. In it, it's all English malts, and pretty much it's just all English. That's all I gotta say about that. This was canned on 4/12. Let's open it.
Appreciate you, beer man.
I appreciate you.
Appreciate you, beer man.
Keep it up, Bobby.
Oh, father.
Nice.
Trying to. I took some pills earlier.
Whoa.
2-finger head. Nice khaki head. 2 fingers. Opaque. Can't see through it. Dark brown. Yeah, pretty much Tootsie Roll brown. I can't see you. Smell it. Oh, this one's got kind of a fruity apple right away. And then you're getting into the chocolate, malts, toast. A little coffee in there. Roasted barley. That bready kind of thing going on. It's more subtle. It's a little sweeter, more fruitier. It's nice. It's real bready. Really malty. Nice. Let's drink it. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, beer man.
Cheers, man. What
Cheers.
style?
English porter. English porter.
There you go.
Ah.
Dry finish. Dry, roasty, coffee finish. Light body. It's very sessionable. Medium light. It's got a little bit of an acrid feel to it with the coffee or the roasted malts, the kind of the acid levels of all that stuff going on. Nice bready feel in the middle of the mouth. Nice and bready spread. Toast. Coffee. It tastes like you just ate malt, like the malt pieces, like you just crunched on some. Hell, I had some last night.
Yummy.
It's kind of a medium carbonation. That apple is really ringing in the front and around the sides of the tongue, and then it spreads this bready kind of malt chocolate coffee kind of almost it's not sweet at all. It's very drinkable, and it's just nice. It's a nice bready beverage, man. I like it. I love it. Cheers. This is good to nice to drink.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Cheers.
Cheers, beer.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Still chewing.
Still chewing. Bringing up Alex, the beer master now.
All right. Now it's time to bring out the beer because I didn't want it to be.
Alex, is that you?
There it is. Appreciate you, my brother. We got Teco Blade. I think I read that right. Hazy Double India. Oh, Hazy IPA.
It's called Sonic.
Yes. No.
No. Okay. Oh wow. It's,
Ton-
good Lord, the glare.
Tonic.
Tectonic.
Tectonic. Yeah, it's like about those plates on the earth.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
Lights on
and
the air.
it is from.
I hope it's not by the same people that make Earthquake.
No. It's from Yards Brewing. Let me show you.
Okay.
So much better brewing company.
Nice. Out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Yep.
19121.
It's a shame Josh
Yep.
isn't here.
So let's pour this up and see what it's all about.
Shall
Oh, that smells good. Oh, that smells citrusy, just the way I like it. Let's pour this up, see if it looks like a New England IPA. Even though it doesn't say New England IPA. Okay, well, that is not a New England IPA. That is definitely like a West Coasty color to me. Clear, kind of like a hazy clear, because it does say hazy. So that kind of looks like a West Coasty to me. 3 finger ahead. Shouldn't have poured it that way, but I did. But hey, that's Alex Beermaster pour. Try not to do that no more, but hey, I guess it's part of the trait. You gotta do what you gotta do. So that's what that looks like. I gotta get rid of that head though before we even. Oh yeah, oh, that might take it down because sometimes I heard if you put, I don't know. Weird. Okay, let's see what this tastes like, and
Yeah, cheers.
that smells citrusy. All right, and a little sweetness too, and juiciness. So let's see what that has. So, cheers, everybody.
Cheers, Alex.
Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Now that, my friends, very tasty. Not dry on the palate. Very juicy. Kind of hard to explain because so much head. After 3 years of doing this stuff, I would learn. But hey, I like the head sometimes.
Mhm.
Okay. A little bit of hoppiness. Now, as I'm drinking it, there's a little bit of burn on the throat. I forgot to tell you, it is a wild guess, everybody. It is 9%.
Whoa.
Whoa, that's an
What?
ABV you can read.
You go, Alex. Shit.
Well, you know me, Andrew.
Go big or go home, right?
Yeah, I'm drinking 9%, 10%, 12%. Legendary, Rick Joplis knows that. Speaking of legendary Rick Joplis, I need to get some more beers for him to review at me, which is Imprint and other stuff, other half, and all that good stuff that he normally gets. So I'm looking forward to doing that. Hey, Legendary Joe. Yeah, has a nice mouthfeel in the palate. It's very juicy. Like I said, I hate to repeat myself. It's very juicy. Like I said, a little bit of hot burn on the throat. Down the throat. So that's good. Little bit of bitterness, but not too much. So that's perfect. I would drink this all day if I wanted to. I think I've already said this, but a little bit of sweetness to it. So yeah, this is a well-balanced beer. Is it going to get 100? Don't know. Probably not. But might be in the range, but not in the 100 range. Sorry, Jeremy, but I'm trying to do hundreds all the time. But not beer. I have to tell it how it is. Wow. Well, I'm talking. That's a nice burn. Now, this is a good beer to drink on a nice, cold, chilly day, even if it's not a stout, because it can keep your throat warm, your body warm, whatever. But that is very, very tasty. Not bad at all. You don't need stouts to warm you up, even though I'm going to be getting more stouts, though, because it is stout season now.
Just
And I love my stouts. What'd you say, Eric?
I said just drink an earthquake, right? That'll keep you warm.
Well, I heard people gotten sick from that. I might try it. I might. Well,
Alex, don't drink that.
I would not like to try that.
I would try it, but I'm not really looking for it.
Ontario threw it at a
Telling you,
fence, for
well,
God's
whatever.
sake. If he threw it at a fence, it can't be good.
What'd you say, Andrew?
Don't waste your time drinking that shit, Alex.
Well, I know, but
I'm
if I
just
have
gonna
to
tell
stay,
you like it is. Don't drink that. You're not gonna have a good time.
no, because I have a good time with my craft beers right here.
Oh, malt liquor's okay from time to time.
Mm-hmm. And it depends on what malt liquor it is. And according to you, the high gravity is not the high gravity Earthquake is not so good. So yeah, I think I'll stay away from that. There's plenty of other malt liquors I can drink.
Yeah, drink the Hurricane though. That's pretty good.
It's way better.
I could try that. I could try that. Yeah, it's a creamy mouthfeel. All right, I'm having a broken record now. I'm done. I'll give you a rating next time around because every time I talk, I seem to have a broken record. But hey, I'm trying to get ideas in my brain here.
Wait, that shit in reverse.
You know what I mean. You know what I'm putting down. Thanks, let me join Legendary Bumpy. And now it's your turn, brother.
It sure is. Thank you, Alex. I should give you controls.
Cheers, brother.
All right. So, my new brew, I happened to pick up just the other day while I was in New York. And it was given to me by a New Yorker. A New Yorker that's on this panel.
Oh, no.
Oh, wait, there's only one New Yorker on this panel. I guess that's Dan. This is from Crafty Ale and Lagers. Ales and Lagers. It is a Crowler 32 ounce brew. It's called Dark Star. It's 6% ABV. It was canned on 9/18. And what Dark Star is an oatmeal stout. So that's a pretty high ABV for an oatmeal stout. They're usually lower, like 5% range. So let's go ahead and start drinking. Crowlers are always fun to pour out of when you first open them. I should have got a towel. All right, here we go. Do it till. Oh, I did it. Good.
You have to start really fast.
And Legendary Bumpy, you're correct. Crowlers are very. They have a history of kind of exploding every time you open it up. I agree with that.
Well, not exploded, but it's just the first pour. Sometimes if you go too slow, it just kind of like you miss the glass.
Well, no, not exploded. No, like what you just said. Yes, exactly.
Sounds like a faucet.
All right. Well, the head on this thing is it's kind of a light, kind of khaki color. It's kind of a rocky but yet frothy top to it. It is a very dark beer. It's got kind of caramel colored hues, light caramel hues in the reservoir. So I'm gonna go with a dark brown on this one versus calling it black. But yeah, looks really nice. Some aromas or aromatics or whatever you want to call them. There's definitely a roasty toastiness to it. Okay, so there's there's a chocolate note, like a kind of a mid-range darker chocolate note, but it's kind of mixed with like some fruits. A little bit of like a dark fruit type thing. Can't really pinpoint it, but I started getting bubblegum, a little bit of bubblegum, which is kind of weird. It's giving like this kind of juicy fruit thing almost. I'm thinking it's just a mixture of whatever's happening with the chocolate and that kind of darker fruit. Maybe it does have like a slight banana. That would be like the juicy fruit thing. It's kind of strange.
Does it say banana on the can?
No, it doesn't say anything on the can. It's just giving me different notes than what I normally pick up. But yeah, it does have the kind of standard, like that kind of roasty toastiness. It does have the chocolate, kind of a darker chocolate type thing.
No, I was talking about the ingredients. Legendary.
It doesn't. It's a crowler. It just has.
Oh, it's not gonna tell you that. Never mind. Okay.
All right. Anyways, let's get some flavors out of this. Cheers.
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 Cheers, man.
Cheers, Bumpy.
Roasty toasty. Pudding pie. Just kidding. Yeah, it's got the chocolate notes. It's that roasty toastiness. I'm not getting like I was getting that kind of like darker fruit, kind of banana, bubble, whatever it was there, the juicy fruit type thing. Not getting that on the palate. That was a nose thing. Which now that I haven't gotten on the palate, it's not much in the nose like that. So, all right. Medium body, kind of a medium carbonation to it. It is drying to the palate, but it does have a nice liquid like feel as well. It doesn't like completely dry the palate out to nothingness until later on as I keep talking. Now it's getting drier. 6% ABV. So that's hidden. Don't notice any alcohol presence. There is a slight kind of, as the palate's kind of drying out, there is that kind of like chalky feel that you might get from oats. That's kind of the only oat presence that I really notice in this at all. Is just kind of, it's kind of a mouthfeel thing, I guess, versus more picking out like sometimes with New England IPAs that are heavily oated, kind of get like an aroma or a flavor out of it. I'm not really getting that out of this. It's more just a mouthfeel thing. But yeah, as far as the flavors are going, I mean, it's a fairly standard flavor profile that you'd expect to get out of an oat. You said it was an oat milk stout type thing, or just an oat?
Just milk stout. Milk stout.
Milk stout.
Yeah.
Dan does know everything. That's what I like about it.
Yeah. It's bitterness on the tail end. It's kind of on the mild side of a bitterness.
Jesse,
Earthy tone. Yeah.
it's okay to shit on it.
I'm not shitting on it.
I'm just letting you know, just because I gave you the beer. If you don't, yeah, I'm just saying.
We haven't got to the score yet.
I'm just
Wow,
saying, man.
Dan.
I'm just
No,
saying,
I'm saying-
if you don't enjoy a beer, it's okay.
Throw it at
Give
the
it
screen,
to you.
BuMpy. BuMpy, don't do that.
That's it, Dan. You're fired.
Fired, Dan.
You're fired, Dan.
No, I wasn't shitting on him. I'm a very fucking boring reviewer. If anybody hasn't noticed yet,
Hey, Dan can't be fired. He is
throw out
51%.
what I'm picking up, and I'm usually wrong too. Like I'll throw out some
you
flavor
say,
notes. And
Dan,
stuff.
I'd like to.
I said Dan can't be fired. He is 51%. The only person who can be fired is Mike.
Just Joe's comment sums it up. Joe's comment sums it up. Just bring up Joe's comment.
But
You're a trip, Dan. Appreciate you.
I'll have to go back and read that whole thing. But yeah, no, it's fairly well balanced out. It's got a little bit of that kind of sweetness up front. It's kind of that mid range, it's darker chocolate type note. Starting to get a little bit as I'm going on, a little bit of the graininess, stuff like that. The bitterness isn't too much. Just kind of it balances out. It's also nice because it's not like a coffee stout, which I can do a coffee stout, but it has to be a sweeter thing. So this one's like not showing me any signs of like coffee at all with the darker malts that are used to make it. So I enjoy it, and much better than like left hand. That's my right hand, left hand. So, all right. I will have a score later on when we come up to it, and we can do it during this upcoming portion that I like to call what? Free for all. Free for all. Cheers.
Cheers. All right. So I did take the label off because I knew this was double. This was sleeved. It is a different beer. I think that I don't know. I get this weird like damp hay type of hop note coming out of it, and it's not working. It tastes really good up front if you drink this shit ice cold. It's great, but yeah, don't sit on it. It's Boulevard, not Boulevard's best work. I can tell you that.
It's weird how they just call
I'll
it
give it
an
an
ale.
85.
Oh wow,
It's
it's
just
going
an ale.
already.
There you go.
How's
Just make sure I get
how
it
was
out.
everybody's weekend, anyways? Everybody have a good weekend.
Awesome weekend. Awesome.
I had Saturday off for the first time in
Hell
like
yeah.
15 years without taking vacation.
Nice.
Had a great
It
weekend.
was different.
It was a nice Saturday, right?
Mhm.
Down
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
rain.
So I've let this stout warm up. And as I've drinking it, poured some more in the glass or whatever, kind of aerated it a little bit. Like, it's definitely getting more creamy, like silky, I would say, rather than creamy. It's almost like, you know what this is? It's like a silky coffee. Not quite like nitro, like a nitro brew from Starbucks or whatever, but it's like a silky coffee with, I'm getting a slight sweetness that accompanies the dryness, which I assume is the vanilla, but I'm not getting if this was a blind beer, I couldn't say this is a stout aged on vanilla beans at all. So I mean, honestly, for that fact, I'd give it like a 3.5. It's a good stout, and I would definitely drink it, but don't tell me it's aged on vanilla beans and then provide next to no vanilla.
Let's
It's
say,
had plenty of time to warm up. So
let's say, Dan, do you even taste vanilla? I mean,
there's a slight sweetness, but like it's not a distinct. This is vanilla.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if I see vanilla, I'm buying it because I'm like, fuck yeah. I'm thinking of like vanilla Coke.
True
Vanilla
that.
just all up in your face.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Or vanilla Pepsi, because that's obviously a better product than vanilla Coke. But other than that,
Vanilla
Not
cherry Pepsi.
Like a
vanilla
sweet,
Coke.
sweet milk.
Vanilla Coke is the bomb.
because Dan, I hate it when I get a coconut beer and you don't even you taste the sweetness, but you don't taste that like vanilla coconut, if you know what I mean.
Right. Like when you get a beer and it lists the adjunct on it, you expect the adjunct.
True
You know
that.
what I mean? That's half the reason you buy it. But take that away. It's a serviceable session stout. That if I want a stout and I'm out somewhere, it's the only stout they have on draft, I'll definitely get it. I'm not going to avoid it. But yeah, that's where I lay with it.
Playing with the beer.
I've done that a couple of times in my life.
Damn corn dogs.
I'm writing down my 50-point inspection, which
Corn
I haven't
dog.
done all weekend.
So
That's your mess up, Bumpy. You were told to bring scorecards.
Yeah.
Oh,
B, a whiteboard would have been a great addition behind the casting couch. I'm just putting that out there.
Yeah, I could have bought a big one. A big one.
Big, giant, fucking whiteboard.
Whiteboard.
Definitely.
50-point inspection board. Everybody would have to
Shoulda, woulda.
turn around and show their ass to the camera as they write down their
and then you,
score.
and then you get shut down. Let's say Bumpy to do that.
Maybe next time if
Put it on
So-
the top of your
if
head.
they're ever allowed back again.
You're bad, Bumpy. You're bad.
And when do you guys start thinking about, is it usually like halfway through the year or something when you guys start thinking about the next time you guys are gonna do a get together? Start planning and stuff.
I don't know. We can talk off air about it.
Okay.
I don't want to take up people's time talking about our weekend. I feel like I don't
No,
want
I
to,
hear you.
you know what I mean?
And legendary Dan, I hope to one day check out your Beer Palooza stuff. I really hope to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be awesome. I was thinking about that the whole time I was there too. I was like, oh, I can only imagine if like the group that Dan's more familiar with and our group, just like a giant get together. That would be friggin' sick.
Yeah,
dude.
I just need to
Yeah.
know ahead of time, Legendary Dan. And
I mean, at the end of the day, if there's ever a scenario where any of you were to come to any event and I hang out with you, I would just hope if it's Beer Man that if I brought a Santa hat, he would be willing to take a photo op with me, him wearing the Santa hat.
oh
and
yeah, I know.
autograph it so I could show my kid and be like, look, I'm down with Santa.
Sure.
I'm down with
Saw him
Big
online.
Claus,
I
son.
met him in real
Well,
life.
would you be sitting on his lap?
Yeah, you gotta
I mean,
sit on the lap.
If anything, I would even dress up as an elf. If it meant my
piss
kid
on my
being
leg.
happy, all day. All day.
I think Mike should be the elf.
Legendary Dan.
Don't piss on my leg.
Does your kid try to come out of behind that door to see if Santa's there? Because obviously he did it before.
If I leave the
no.
door open, he is bound to wander in here, and he will see Beer Man, and it's already happened multiple times.
That was
so.
so
I
innocent.
know it has.
Does he try to come out of that door?
Beer Man was a good sport.
Is your son trapped in the closet?
No.
No, he's not trapped in the closet. He's not R. Kelly. I mean,
That's a hallway. You
My
guys-
God.
Jesus.
Wow.
I don't even want to go down that road.
Let's
So many
move on. You
people.
guys are trips. I love you guys.
Did you call
So
him
I will
chips?
say,
there's
a
plenty of room beyond that door.
couple,
Plenty of
It's
a
a
couple
hallway.
of additional notes on this. I will say, yeah, for what'd you say, 3.8%. The
You get-
style
You
is,
get
is
like
really nice.
nuts,
I like-
right?
What?
You're like drunk now? You're gonna start
Huh?
Marco Polo and everybody?
No.
Oh, Bobby, you're
I will say, I do like the flavor that I get of this. They did a really good job. 3.8% ABV. You'd think that it would be a little bit. The viscosity of the beer seems like you're drinking like a 6 or something. You know, it seems like you're drinking like a 6% or something. And the complexity and the flavor also seems like it would be a higher ABV. And I guess that's just because I'm just new to this style.
More of a
I
fuller
will
body.
say, the lingering aspect, the lingering aftertaste, it's noticeable that it's not as full and robust as, like, let's say like a porter or a stout. But I actually like it. It seems like one of those beers that has that full flavor, but it's not going to be something that kind of punches you in the gut afterwards, and you can still continue to drink other stuff, maybe even some other bigger, more hefty, thicker beers. And I just like it. I think as far as what it is in the style, I think they did a good job with this. And I mean, this is the only one I have to compare, but if I could find it again, which I wasn't able to find one, but I did have some stores that said that they would be able to possibly find some for me and order them, and then I could possibly pick them up. But I would totally be interested in trying more of this style. Well, specifically the dark mild ale, because there's the other one too, which is what is it? What's the other one? There's the mild, what was it?
Pale mild and dark mild.
Yeah, I would like to try that as well. So
And then there's the naked mild.
Bumpy, you got a way of words, brother.
For a mile, what?
is that a non-alcoholic version?
Yeah.
God, I hope not.
No, that's completely trashed when you get naked.
I think you know. I think I know what you're talking about. Never mind.
I hope not, Alex.
You went to college, Alex?
No.
Oh,
I didn't either, but
you did the naked mile still?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, drinking!
I don't know.
What's
Been in some
what's
bad
everybody else
situations.
doing?
Hey, legislation fudge, pregame.
Hello, Shane.
Yeah, Shane would like everybody to go to the
Hi.
Beale Street Music Festival. It's the first weekend in May. He's trying to get something together where you can kind of do the Bed Bath and Beyond thing, rent a place, and get everybody together as well. So, if anybody's interested in that, please think about it.
And when is this legendary Bumpy?
It's the first weekend of May. It says it right in this thing. Talk to Shane Fudge if you're interested.
Okay. Well, That'd be cool if you guys are all getting together. I'll be glad to come on in. I mean, so make sure all my peeps are there if I join.
Peep, peep.
Peeps.
Including new ones like Legendary Dan.
Want me to give my score?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, not too bad.
So I gave it an appearance of 6 out of 6. The aromatics ended up being an 8.5 out of 10. The flavor score, I'm giving it a 16.5 out of 19. Body, a 4 out of 5. I wish it was a little bit smoother. And overall, an 8.5 out of 10. I like it as an oatmeal stout or a milk stout or whatever it is. It's a stout that I can drink and enjoy. And 43.5 out of 50 for my overall, making it a very good whatever stout it really is.
Well,
Thank
unfortunately,
you to the FLX boys for grabbing that.
Nice.
There'll be a link in the next video that has them a beer from them in it.
Did you get any stickers?
Stickers.
Did you get stickers? No stickers.
I got a sticker.
I have the glass to forever remember.
I got a Biden sticker right there.
That and the ride over, knowing that could have been my last time on Earth.
I put a couple Biden stickers on my mini fridge. I'm gonna try loading up with a bunch of different
Biden stickers.
No, not Biden. Biden's.
yeah, not Biden, fighting.
Hey,
Come on, man.
Beers.
Oh,
For people, Beer Man and I are not in the know with this terminology. But,
that just looks fucking pretty.
oh,
Yeah, it does look good.
Yeah, I'll come up with some kind of rating here for the Fulcrum by Equilibrium. I think drinking. Well, obviously,
See Post Malone.
it's from June. I think obviously, if I had it closer to that June time or even in July, some of this really bright, piney, minty, eucalyptus kind of a feel to the beer would be a little bit more vibrant. It would taste a little bit more green and fresh. But I mean, at this point, this is a very interesting beer. It's got some of that, again, like that lactose or milkshake kind of IPA sugar flavor to it as well. It's definitely got a nice creamy flavor. I do think it has a nice bitterness to it. I don't know, maybe in the 30s for IBUs, maybe even low 40s, but it's probably more in the 30s for the IBUs. It's an interesting beer. Not necessarily my most favorite, but it is super complex, and there's a lot of things going on in that beer. So, I mean, for that alone, I will give this beer a 89 out of 100. I think it is bordering. I think it is going towards the world class level. I think maybe if I drink it a little bit fresher, maybe my mileage would vary on that. But yeah, 89, and it's got super good lacing, so can't really complain on presentation and pour. So yeah, 89.
Nice. I just looked at the beer that I drank up on Untapped,
Sweet.
Dark Star. It doesn't give any information really about it, but out of 246 people that rated it, it averages out at 3.84 out of 5. So people thought it was just kind of a good beer, a decent beer. I thought it was pretty damn good for the style that it was.
That's generally what Crafties is. Crafties is it's a small nano brewery.
Yeah,
they don't make like crazy stuff, but all their beer is just like solid, decent beer.
Yeah,
that's how I feel.
And you see this? You see what's going on here? I'm able to swirl my glass without it falling out because I'm not drinking out of an ashtray. No, I'm just kidding.
Whoa.
Jokester.
They should have seen the glass that I had. It literally looked like, it was like a tasting glass. It was like it was kind of like a whiskey tasting glass, but it literally looked like an ashtray. And I was trying to swirl the beer, and it literally almost came out of the glass each time I tried to swirl it.
Aggressive.
I don't think I set a number for mine. I'm going to go.
Me either. I didn't say nothing either.
So this isn't based off of style because I'm not 100%. I haven't drank any other of this beer. So to put it simple, I haven't had any other beers that were dark mild ale. I like this. I'm going to give it a 93. So there you go. That's a good picture, Dan. Well, is that Kyle and Mike from Nerd Sense in the background? I think so.
Probably is.
Bumpy looks like he's playing the piano.
No, it was me. I had my zombie shirt, my beer zombie shirt on, so I was acting like I was a zombie. I was like, oh.
So my beer, I'm going to give it an 85. It's a good beer. And that's it.
85. Same
Gonna
for my beer.
give mine a 92 out of
What'd you say,
100.
bud?
Up to specs with the style.
Yo,
There you
What'd you
go.
listen to, Andrew? I didn't hear.
It tastes good.
Andrew, what'd you say?
Whoa.
At 85, that's what I scored my beer.
Yeah, I wasn't listening, so I didn't hear. I'm sorry, but yeah, I did say 85. Yeah, I wasn't
Selective
trying to
hearing.
copy you, brother. Appreciate you.
now I think we'll just have to eat who's. Oh, there you go, Rich. Who hasn't rated their beer?
Well, I said it was a 92.
Okay.
I said 85. Andrew said 85.
Yeah. I think we're good.
Cool. Does anybody have any questions?
What are you
Oh,
doing tomorrow? No, wait a minute. That's not a question.
Okay, here's the question.
Good.
Rich just snapped an EQ Sub-Zero Phantasmic. Do you think that it's oxidized?
Ridge just.
Do you think Ridge will tell us if it's oxidized?
No.
I haven't had any oxidized beers from Equilibrium. They only get oxidized because I wait a couple weeks to a month to, I just say I drink them fresh and then I wait a little bit and I drink them later. So they only
I've
get
seen
oxidized.
Rich drink an oxidized EQ. And
No,
he
I
didn't
don't.
recognize it
I
was
don't.
oxidized.
I don't.
And refused to recognize it was
I don't.
oxidized.
I
Not
don't.
you, Ridge Upload.
Hey, I
His
like the
DNA
tea.
will not let him.
I like the tea. I like the tea flavor though. That's a weird, but whatever.
Miscellaneous. Did you see the private chat?
Oh my damn.
Okay. Well, we can ask that one anyways. Let's do it. Okay, you ready? Are you ready?
Yes.
And we're gonna give this one a miscellaneous.
Legendary.
Because it was your question, maybe possibly.
It was.
Okay, so miscellaneous. We're gonna start you off with asking the question, and then whoever falls in line answer it next, which will be Alex and then myself.
Is it question is what's your go-to inexpensive non-craft beer? I guess it could be craft. I know some people don't drink macro craft.
Yeah, me, I don't.
What's your go-to, I guess, cheap beer? Preferred budget beer, I guess.
There we go.
Best way to put it. That's
Preferred budget beer. Okay.
Alex gets to go first. Look at that.
Well,
Don't say Drecker.
no,
It's not budget at all.
Drecker is not a budget beer.
$33 4-pack, $4.50 North.
No.
No.
Oh, look,
It,
Alex.
it does seem like that these 450 Norths and these Drecker beers are like a go-to. Yes, they are, mainly are. But they are expensive just like any other craft beer because they're craft. But the beers that are not craft that I like my Coors Banquet. I like that sometimes. I like Coors Extra Gold, even though I've only drank it once, Coors Extra Gold. But I drank Coors Banquet a couple of times, and they're good. And I like Coors Light sometimes, and then also Miller, whatever. When I'm
Whatever.
the delicious beers that will clean out your palate before you go back into your craft beer that you love so much, which is Drecker's and all those wonderful beers. So yeah, that's what I would go to if I decide to buy a light beer. But most of the time, as you guys have seen, I only buy craft beer. But if I don't, or at least buy craft beer, but if I buy something that I just drink just to drink, it would be that. But mostly it's just craft beer I drink. I don't know.
Right.
There's something wrong with me. But hey, there's always something wrong with all of us, right? Since we love craft beer anyway. So what can I say?
All right.
Go ahead.
Preferred budget beer? Is that the question?
Yeah.
Put on there, Legendary Dan.
Well, no, we're going in order. He'll get his turn.
Okay.
Jesus, Alex, stop running my show.
I didn't know. I was just going by what Dan said. Don't shoot
I
me.
just asked the question. I didn't say anything.
Don't shoot me.
Dan's fault.
All right. So
Go take a Marco Polo, Tanner. Jesus.
most of the time, like what I would consider really a budget beer is kind of like I pick up Pabst Blue Ribbon probably more than any other American adjunct lager beer because it is usually cheaper. So like $10 for a 12-pack, and it's a decent beverage to just drink. I really can't stand Budweiser all that much. Budweiser actually gives me like a headache drinking it. I can't drink more than 2 cans of it in a day, and I just get kind of really sick from drinking it. And it's not really a budget even. It's like so much higher price than a lot of other adjunct lagers. Another one that I would consider because it is cheaper. It is an adjunct lager, but and I'd rather drink it over Pabst. So I'll just throw it out there. But Birra Moretti.
I never heard of that luxury BuMpY.
It's a nice Italian pilsner. So that's kind of it. I'll say PBR is probably the win because that's more of a budget beer. That's when you're really like, I cannot spend $9 on a 6-pack. $9 on a 12-pack, yes, but $9 on a 6-pack, no. Budget beer. So, all right, we'll pass it off to Tanner.
Legendary Tanner.
All right, so I guess this has to. So for me personally, I think it has to do with like style. What am I looking forward to drink? If I want to drink something cheaper, more of a budget beer, lighter adjuncts, I'd say my go-to is Miller Lite. If I want something a little bit more heft but still cheaper, Mickey's malt liquor. And then if I want something super cheap, I could just grab like a 30-pack for $15, Genesee Cream Ale. And then besides that, I'd say the Whaler Rise is actually pretty good. It's only like $10 for a 6-pack, so that's an American Pale Ale. And then other than that would be Ordinary Man by Proclamation, $12 for a 4-pack, 6.5% New England Hazy IPA. Some of the hazy IPAs nowadays that are around that range don't really hit the mark for me, but that one is that's one that I see myself going back to pretty frequently. So yeah, I'd say that. Like I said, if I'm looking to buy some cheaper stuff, usually it's along the lines of like a cheaper New England IPA or an adjunct lager or a malt liquor. So and Colt 45 too. I will say I have to mention that as well because I do enjoy Colt 45 from time to time. So
that's a good beer too, Legendary Tanner. I've had that a while ago.
Cheers. Thanks, Tanner. Cheers. All right. Now we bring up Dan.
Now it's the Legendary Dan. Woohoo!
Alex has been waiting for this moment all his life.
Keep it up.
My preferred like go-to budget beer. Other half.
Other half.
All right, somebody get this guy out of here.
No, I'm just joking. But how do you know what my budget is, to be fair? No. Any Genesee product, really. It's just hyper local to me. It's ever since I got into beer. I mean, they're seasonals. 12-pack of their seasonals is like $10 a 12-pack.
Nice.
To me, you can't beat that. Like you're not even just like drinking an adjunct lager at that point. You're drinking great seasonals. You know, whether it be Ruby Red Kolsch, Pineapple Kolsch, their Oktoberfest, the Crane Orange, Keller beer, the Spring Bach. They have some other cream ale variants, the dry hop cream ale. Like to me, you can't beat that. Like, I mean, yeah, I'll grab a 6-pack of. I got some Miller Lights in the fridge. I mean, I got some PBRs or whatever. But Genesee, I know it's hyper local, so like a lot of people maybe not get Genesee, but a lot of people at least get the cream ale. I want to say so. Yeah, if you get Genesee, I don't see why that's not one of your budget beers. If you don't, I would go with PBR, pretty much. So, yeah, that's it.
All right. Thanks, Dan.
Cheers, man. Yeah, that Keller beer was pretty good. I think BuMpy gave me half the can. I did try
Look,
that.
Dan, what beer are you drinking now?
You brought one home with you.
I'm drinking Impulse from Fidens.
No, I tried to give it to you.
Nice.
It's brewed with Galaxy, Citra, and God's greatest hop on earth, Motueka.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Appreciate
No,
you,
Rawaki is.
Man, I thought
Dan. Eric.
you liked another one.
That's
Mr. Dwayne
Michael
Copper, man.
A thunder has been completely stolen there. Genesee Cream Ale is my answer. And if there's a different answer, I would love to know what it is. Well, actually, I say that right. And then I just bought an 18-pack of Rolling Rock for like $12.99.
That stuff's good.
So, and then Miller products are always somewhere related in the fridge because most people that I associate with would be drinking that. So my answer is the Genesee Cream Ale at what is it, like between $13 and $14.99, depending where you are in Massachusetts. Good deal for a respectable 5 point, I believe, 2 ABV. So, and the flavor is there to match. So, yeah, Genesee Cream Ale all day long, definitely.
Your thunder wasn't stolen. You just affirmed that you're a smart man. That's all.
Whoa, I like this guy. I'm rugged. Chill.
Cheers, Eric.
Cheers.
But it's not
Cheers, Eric. Thanks so much.
What?
This 6%.
You having a stroke,
no
BuMpy?
stout is hitting.
Oh man, I don't even drink macro anything. So
only
but my go-to is I only drink local, like Fort George or Bowie. Fort George is my favorite. These guys freaking rock. This is like a 7.2 Westie, and it's only like $10.99 a 6-pack.
Nice.
And it tastes very good. Right now they have really fresh stuff. As long as I keep buying it, they'll keep restocking fresh stuff. You know what I mean? Like everyone else just like doesn't buy it, so it's just me buying it, I think.
Legendary Beer Man, did the store say? Legendary Beer Man, did the store say, "Hey,
perpetual man"?
Yeah.
No, did they actually tell you that, Beer Man? That they
No, they didn't tell me that.
Oh,
I'm joking.
okay.
Yeah.
You're awesome.
But it's what I like. It's what I go to. If I was gonna have any kind of macro, I'd probably like Pabst or Miller products or Coors.
What about there you go, Coors?
But I don't like them. So, but if I was to be given one from a friend at a house when I'm visiting, I'd drink it gladfully. You know?
Unfortunately, I'll make sure you have craft beer when you come hang out with me because we're gonna get some stouts and all that good stuff.
Holy
No Coors.
That's really it, though. That's my end. This is great. Good local stuff.
Appreciate you,
Nice
man.
and fresh. 2 weeks old. Love it.
Oh yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
man.
Cheers. Thanks, Beer Man. Let's go back to this. I think, miscellaneous.
Let's say Andrew.
All right. So I kind of got two thoughts on this one. It's bang for your buck, or is it honestly budget, really budget beer, I would say Miller High Life. Really can't go wrong. It's just a decent, solid product. Holds up well, good lacing, just solid, cheap, easy drinking beer. I was a big fan of the Keystone Ice. Thank you, Embev.
Yeah, Keystone's good.
Bastards. Yeah, we don't get that no more. So I've been forced to drink the Bud Ice. I do prefer the ice beer sometimes instead of the malt liquor. No stranger to that, but I do prefer the Bud Ice now that Keystone Ice has ceased to be. I mean, I get 18 of these, probably 13 and change, but they're 5.5. Yeah, does the job.
All right.
Awesome.
Cheers.
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 Dude.
Thanks,
Cheers.
Miss Lane. Thanks for the question. And thanks for
Sorry it took 3 weeks, but I told you I'd get back.
no problem.
I was here last week. Somebody stole my thunder in the chat, but that's all.
Yeah,
good.
so we are back. We are back to this. So if you guys want to go ahead through, shout out anything channel wise, promotion, or anybody else's stuff that you want to shout out, or anything coming up in life that you're excited about. It doesn't even have to be beer related or not, but go ahead and yeah.
Well, as you know, BuMpy your trip. I loved it. But hey, Well, Food Friday, we're going to be doing foods that you bring for lunch to work around 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be doing that this coming up Friday. And then, so that's around 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Then we're going to be doing Alex and Friends around 10:30 Eastern Standard Time on Thursday. So, again, I might change that time, but I do like the 10:30, but we'll see what happens. I might change that time. I changed it before. They ain't going to go back to 11 o'clock, 11:30, though. It's going to be going a little bit early if I do that. So, it's going to be between 10 o'clock and 10:30. Check that out. Alex and Friends, drink beer or not drink beer, because it's not all about beer. It's all about being with friends. Just like Food Friday, but still, it's less structure when it comes to Alex and Friends. That's why I do it, because I want to have fun. Don't want to be serious. It's just how I am. To be me. I'm me either way, but you know what I mean. So that's on those shows on my front, on my channel. But also, obviously, check out legendary Johnny Boy, known as John and Nelly, known as Georgia Beer Reviews. I actually just watched I watched a beer review, so he just did that just recently. Hope we doing beer buddies. But either way, stay tuned for the John and Nelly beer reviews, food reviews, because he sometimes does that. Forgot about that. And if you don't know John and Nelly, just look up Georgia Beer Reviews and just check out all his shows, right? If it's Beer Buddies or whatever. And then I think that's it, I think. Check out legendary Rick Jopless. Thank you for popping on up there for a minute. Thank you. So check him out. Check out Rick Jopless. You'll see him, his dad, his friends do all the beer reviews. Check them out. I would check it. I would say FLX beer reviews, but the legendary Dan there can do that. But I always do that. But I'm not going to do it if the person's here. So let the legendary Dan take care of that. So appreciate you. And that is that.
But Alex, there's only 51% of FLX beer reviews here.
Oh, well, Mike. Well, check out Mike. But even though it's the same person, two people. But either way, legendary Dan will take care of that.
Purple Haze, Andrew.
Check out Mike. It's on Dan's channel. FLX beer reviews.
Alex?
Yes, legendary Dan.
I appreciate the thought. Thank you.
Well, I know, but I like for you to. I always do that for you, but when you're here, it kind of feels like, I like to let you do that. You know what I mean, Chief? Appreciate you.
I understand. I guess I'll go real quick.
Yep. Now that you mentioned, yeah. That's what
I would like to shout out 2 members of the OG 4-pack. Boom. Hashtag 4-pack. Ridgeopolis and Tyler over at South 10 Beer Reviews. They're both good dudes. Ridge is a bit crazy. He doesn't,
Hell yeah.
EQ's number 1. Come on, dog. We know it's not. But anyways, both good dudes, both putting out solid content almost every day. Also, in the upcoming weeks, maybe a month later, probably by the time I get done editing everything, BeerTuber Palooza content featuring BuMpY. Obviously, he's here. Featuring Tanner, myself, Keith over at 93 Lumber, spelled out. Mike and Sean from Nerd Sense, Matt over at Masters Beer Reviews, Joe from the Beer Patrol, Kyle over at No Hate Beer Reviews, and some special guests. Steven, aka The Resource, makes an appearance on 1 or 2. So yeah, check out that content. It's going to be coming out, like I said, drips and drabs over the next few weeks. We got a lot of content to sift through, kind of upload and do all that stuff and all that. But also, I'd like to give a special shout out to 2 members of the panel, Tanner and Jesse. I want to put it out there to the public. I really don't know how I can put across the feelings that I have, but it was certainly a special thing to meet both of you and to be able to share time with you, hang out with you off camera, get to know you, break bread, all that stuff. Really, it's, you kind of, without getting into it, you guys kind of saw me at a vulnerable state at that point, and I appreciate all the love and support, and it was just a really cool time to hang out with everybody. But to finally get you guys in person and meet you, I really do, from the bottom of my heart, appreciate it, and it was so much fun. So
Yeah.
I look forward to.
I gotta say,
many more things.
when I got home from that day after that drive home, now I did only get 4 hours of sleep. Then, so I just woke up and I just couldn't. I'm gonna start cleaning, but it was I got back home and it was like I was like coming down from some like unsurreal high. I was like, what the hell is going on? It's like nothing seemed normal anymore. I was at my house like, all right, here I am. So I do.
Hey, legendary Dan.
Yeah, it was a great time. So
I hope to one day meet you in person. Also, Mike, and also other people that
Yeah, definitely. And yet again, I don't want to exclude any other members of the panel. I'm not trying to make this all about our weekend or talk about things. I just wanted to get it out there and put it out there as a shout out. So I look forward to the other members of the panel that I didn't get to meet. So one day maybe sharing that privilege with as well. So
true that.
That's me. I'm out.
Definitely.
Awesome. Appreciate you, bro.
I'll walk there from Oregon. On my feet.
Only if you bring home Brew. Come on now.
My 10 runners on.
I would walk 500 miles in 500
You guys want to go, or do you want me to go?
miles and 500 miles.
Go ahead, Tim.
Hey, man,
Orange is
you
off
guys
trees.
want to go before me, or
You go ahead.
okay? Shout outs for me. Wednesday. Shit. What should we do Wednesday? Well, there'll be a show Wednesday. We'll figure it out. There'll be a Wednesday show, 9 p.m. Eastern time. After
I should go pick up liquor just in case.
possibly.
Okay.
So after
I
Beer Man
didn't do
Eric
anything.
show Wednesday, my show will be 9 p.m. Eastern time. We'll pick something. There's I got a bunch of different shows. Saturday, hopefully we can do a Rate That Beer. We haven't done one in a couple weeks. So we'll definitely be doing that. Look out for a Beer Tuber Palooza vlog style video on my channel. I did try to do a little recap of try to film everything that was going on. Looking back, it would have been a long video. I'm already at like 30 minutes, but there was just so much that we did that I wish that I could have captured a little bit more. But yeah, it was so much fun. And I hope you guys enjoyed watching the vlog video. And like I said, I hope one day, we could do like a giant get together where we could have. We had like 10. I think we had like 10 or 11 people there that this weekend. But hopefully we can make it like 20 with all the people that's with us tonight and all our other friends and that's on in our group, in our beer community group. Even some other people that aren't normally on the panel, like possibly would like to hang out with Ridge one day.
Legendary Chopwist, he's cool.
Everybody else. But yeah, I will shout out. I definitely want to specifically shout out Keith. I know Dan already kind of shouted him out. But Keith gave me this beer. Super excited to try this. Like I said, it was just kind of ironic that BuMpy did the Malty Monday. I wasn't able to find one, and I was a little disappointed that I wasn't able to find the style, but Keith gave me one, so here we are now, and I actually got to try one, and I'm glad that I got to try it because I do enjoy this style, and I will be looking out in the future. So go check them out. 93 Lumber spelled out. And don't look up 93 Lumber with like the numbers 93 because it might bring you to like some lumberyard website or something like that. But yeah, shout out to him. Nerd Sense, Sean and Mike. I actually watched one of their videos, I think yesterday. Shout out to them as well. And it was a blast doing this show and just this weekend and just the past, I'd say 6-7 months have been great hanging out with you guys. It's really like kind of changed my life. I just kind of going day by day and just working and but it's nice to have you guys hang out with and just share this hobby. So cheers to
And
all
like
you
that,
guys.
Tanner,
Really do appreciate you guys as my friends. So cheers.
I hope you keep
Cheers.
doing this, Legendary Tanner. But I know you want to get back into the whiskey world, but still,
Yeah, it'll happen. It'll happen eventually.
Yeah.
Kind of I'm on the beer train for now, but
right,
that's all
exactly. But even if you split the two, you can always do a second channel. I'm not trying to stress you out, but if you want to,
I want to do a second channel. It's the whole style of the channel. And here's the thing, right? And if anybody tells you how to run your channel, you know it's your channel and you run it however you want. If there's
I'm not trying to tell you to do it, Tanner.
no, I know I'm not saying at all. I'm saying if there's anybody that wants to doesn't want to follow me anymore because I don't do as many whiskey reviews, then whatever. That is what it is. I'll get back to it eventually. I know there's other people on this panel that do like stuff like that, so maybe we can kind of turn it into doing more collabs of stuff like that. I know BuMpY likes I got BuMpY to enjoy whiskey. Eric likes whiskey. Miss Lane likes whiskey. Alex, you dabbled in a little bit. I think
dabbling
Dave
into it more.
dabbled in a little bit. I think Beer Man is mainly
Beer
the
man
beer.
likes whiskey. Whiskey don't like him.
No.
Yeah.
Neither does my
It is
wife.
what it is.
I am.
I'll possibly get back into it eventually, but for now, like I said, I'm enjoying myself, and things have definitely changed for me in the past year for the better. So, cheers to you guys. I'll let somebody else talk.
Tanner,
All right, you want me to go? All right, yeah, I'll go. So Beer and Cheese is open table. Bring what you want, 8:00 Eastern. Wednesday will be a Super Bad, the movie theme. So bring something related to that at 6:00 Eastern for you guys, 3 for me. Okay, got that over with. Live streams are done. I brewed two batches. The first one.
can't wait to try them.
It's bubbling. This one's pressurized right now and it's bubbling like crazy. The other one just started, and it's not. It's just kind of your regular kind of fermentation. This scares me though because I'm afraid it'll explode. It's only at like 11 psi though, so but it only takes like 2 days, 3 days to ferment and carbonate, and you can like totally rack it off into your rack it off into your 5-gallon cornies. But so it's cool. I didn't do so good on the second one. The first one I reached what I needed to, but it's just a learning lesson. I am next week. I just ordered. I'm using Sabro hops, and I just got I'm getting my copper hop, my Michigan copper hops, 6 ounces of that. So I'll be doing a New England or a double New England next weekend.
Yes, New England
So
IPAs.
it could be a live, so look out for that. I don't know. We'll see how confident I feel. But I was almost in tears the first one. I don't mean to be a girl, but I thought I wasted $60, dude. I was like, what the hell?
Legendary Beer Man, you're just crying because it was happy tears. Hey,
I wasn't crying. I didn't cry. I just almost went into. I was like, you know what I mean? It's like a
happy moment.
A bad moment. It was like,
I didn't know that.
Happened. What happened? Oh no! I went into the room and I was like, "What? Brandy, what the? I can't do it. I messed up." Yeah, no. So that's what happens. But you know what's funny is it brought confidence into me, and it allowed me to say, "Screw that. We're gonna go forward. We're not gonna stop. We're not gonna give up." And I've learned a lot from that. So, I'm learning my system and it's fun. But two guys I want to mention real quick: Beer Hounds Beer Reviews. Check him out. Freaking cool dude. I'm in my neck of the woods, as well as Dickie in my neck of the woods in Vegas. Dickie's Beer Reviews. So check out those two guys. Thanks, BuMpY, for your show. Appreciate you, man. As always, appreciate all you guys. I wish I could have been there this weekend. That would have been fun.
Otherwise, I would have been with you. Remember?
We'll plan it. We'll get it figured out. So
hell yeah.
Cheers, you guys.
Cheers, bro.
Beer Man.
All right. Lots of New Hampshire grind.
New Hampshire
I haven't said anything really. So I gotta give the keys to the Lamborghini to Alex for Wednesday. I'm gonna be at the rehearsal space with the band. We gotta finish. It's I know it's the end of September here. We gotta finish getting music together in the next 5 or 6 weeks here. We're gonna go back into the studio and try to record another 3-4 songs and try to put out a full release of some type in 2023. and try to send it around and see if anybody wants to stick it on some record label of theirs. I don't know what that means. If it means distribution, then good. We'll get their music out somewhere. So we're going to do that. Alex, we'll see you all at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time for a little program called the Wildcard Wednesday. Bring a beer, wine, spirit, really any adult beverage. Have some fun in his channel. And he asks that you're not a douche. Cheers. Well, I ask on behalf of him. Don't let a douche in your show.
Yes.
Go check out the Bourbon Bounty. Why not? He's on Thursday nights, I believe. And if you're in the chat, you may learn something about whiskey and maybe entered in to win some whiskey samples, some bourbon samples or rye samples. You never know. So go check him out. Go check out 21090. Go check out Bourbon in the Van. There's a lot of good whiskey and bourbon reviewers. Go check those guys out. And am I missing anybody? Yeah, Dickie's beer reviews. We talked about Dickie's beer reviews.
Literally, Beer Man said that.
I'm probably missing somebody. Yeah, man.
Right,
So,
Dickie's loved. He's cool.
yeah, I'm probably missing somebody. So just check everybody out on this channel. I mean, go check out Jeremy Vincent, JV's Hangouts. You'll see a bunch of good people there on a Friday night talking like it's the high school cafeteria back in the day. So go subscribe to all those people. Subscribe to these people. And yeah, cheerio, everybody. Cheers.
Cheers, Eric.
Cheers, Eric.
Cheers, Eric.
Cheers. Cheers.
It's like lasers. Cheers, lasers. All right, Beer Man's getting buzzed.
It's okay. That's right, Beer Man. It's okay.
Everybody's said their piece.
I think so.
Yeah, I ain't got none to shit.
Miscellaneous has nothing.
Slacking, boys. Not really, but I'll get back to it.
Let's say, Andrew, you play your games on your channel or music, so that could be a good shout out for you.
Yeah, sometimes it could be entertaining to some people.
Alex, you need to stop
I've had some
pressuring
pretty
people
good.
on the
I've
panel.
actually had some pretty good YouTube shorts.
What'd you say, Dan?
All below.
I said, Alex, you need to stop pressuring people on the
I don't
panel.
know.
Oh,
Pressure
yeah.
everyone.
Busy. I'm adjusting my life, career changes. Things are all over the place right now. So yeah, potential hurricane. I don't
No,
know.
all that.
All kind of shit going on.
It's crazy.
Oh yeah, you better hang it way out there. Further.
Flapping in the breeze.
Oh, you got
All
yeah.
Buster Dan.
That's it right there. Don't. Jesus.
I still
yeah,
got more beer left.
I don't know. Go check out Lep TV Thursday nights at 9 o'clock at the Hot Seat. I'm still thinking. I don't know. Beer shows, different days of the week. Like I said, my shit's schedule's changing, so I don't know. Maybe we'll see. Talk to some people. It's a lot of time slots. A lot of them are filled, so we'll see. But I got an idea. I got an iron in the fire.
Hell yeah.
I'm busy, man. I don't have a lot of time. I join whenever I can, and that's just is what it is right now. Cheers. This Abita
Cheers.
bubblegum juicy IPA is pretty good.
Never
Oh,
mind.
nice. Man. I haven't had a beat in a while.
I haven't had it in a
Not
while.
bad. Very
either.
different.
One of the first craft beers I ever had was Abita Purple Haze.
Hell yeah.
That's
I
good.
worked in a
stuff,
Cajun
actually.
restaurant.
Pretty
And
good
I don't like that stuff.
Not bad at all.
I like the Turbo Dog's good.
I like
Turbo
the purple
Dog's
haze. We
fire.
don't get it anymore, but
Yeah, that was a good one.
all right. I'll do my promos. I got my sometimes 50-point inspection videos that come out on Wednesdays, Fridays. I might have to like step it up because I have a backload of beer. And so like I got stuff that I like drank like 2.5 months ago. So I might have to just kind of do a push at some point here and do more than just Wednesdays and Fridays.
Ooh, you could have you could have Mondays.
Flood the market, Bumpy.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat there, Bumpy. I got a lot of shit I need to upload.
But yeah, other than that, right now they're coming out Wednesdays and Fridays. Just look forward to those videos. Whatever they be. There is a video I'm waiting on working out a time with Dan as to when to post it because we did one together. I'm not sure how long Dan's is, but because we kind of did our own thing with them, so you can watch both of them and just see what the hell we did with editing or not editing, and so there's one coming out.
I would say within the next 2 weeks, at least.
Within the next 2 weeks. Okay. Quite long, so get your popcorn ready and just enjoy. I'll give a little hint on mine. Definitely watch until the very end. The very, very end. There might be a little bit of an outtake in there.
Is that how you suck them in nowadays?
You suck 'em in now.
Wait till the end. I keep seeing on those YouTube.
Just skip right to the fucking end.
Wait,
So basically, you inserted a Marvel deleted scene at the end of the credits. That's what you did.
That's right. You think it's over. You've seen all the credits, and then live stream, obviously, Monday nights. I do New Brew. This is a beer show that you bring a beer that you've never had before. Show it to everybody, talk about it, taste it, go to the general chit chat free for all thing. Everybody can talk whenever they want to, but hopefully you'll be able to give a little scoring, or if you have any extras, maybe you like drank on your beer a bit longer and you have some more thoughts and stuff to talk about as well. And then we try to end the show. Hopefully somebody will have a question available. We haven't failed yet. Every show so far has at least had a question for the panel to answer. Anybody can throw a question out. It can be a panel member. It can be myself, somebody from the chat. So the cool thing is if you throw out a question, especially if it's the only question, we'll probably just run with it. Hopefully it's appropriate, but your question may become part of the show. So if you want to change history, come up with some fucking question to throw out to us, please. Thank you so much. Yeah, I just want to shout out everybody here. On panel tonight, miscellaneous brew reviews. Check him out. He's going to get back in the game eventually with actual beer stuff. I'm sure he's doing a lot of video game type stuff, or he had been. He's kind of doing different things though in his own life, so I won't pressure him too much. Beer Man, check him out.
Just send me some stuff. I'll give you my address.
Okay. Beer Man. You know Bear Man. I mean, he's got a bunch of different things going on, but just started with his home brewing. Finally, actually making some beer with it, not just building his equipment in his brew house.
Look out for those videos too.
Yeah, got those videos. But yeah, he does beer reviews. He does a lot of different things. But check him out. Lots of fun on his channel. I love his beer and cheese. That's my favorite thing to do on a Tuesday night.
Awesome.
Alex Beermaster obviously got his stuff going on there. He does beer reviews. He's been hooking up with BJ, his buddy BJ. So check out BJ's channel as well if you want to see Alex talking about different beers. What's BJ's channel?
BJ drinks beer or something like that. Let's drink Eric or somebody could send out the link. You'll see his face on the.
Yes, BJ drinks beer. Oh,
yes.
if I remember correctly.
So very cool. And Alex obviously does his Alex and Friends Thursdays, and his Food Fridays thing has been going for a very long time. Geez, over 2 years, anyways, creeping up on 3. So we're somewhere in the 2.5 year range, I think, on the Food Fridays.
Yeah, I'm on.
We've eaten a lot.
I've been on my channel for 3 years, but the Food Fridays probably is 2 years. I'm not so sure.
Yeah,
I hope
a lot of food has been eaten the past few years. Between cheese and and everything else. Then you get obviously Eric. He's got his band. Check out his band. Oxford.
Come on.
Ox.
Blood.
I want to say Oxford Blood, but it's Ox Blood Ford.
Me
Yeah,
too.
you got it.
Woo!
All right.
Forge. There we go.
Forge. Yes, sir.
I get the first part right.
You eventually
But
got it.
his
Yeah.
beer reviews and stuff as well on his channel.
Thank you, sir.
Sometimes he's available to do his live stream Wednesdays with his Wild Card Wednesday.
Yep.
Got Tanner here. Awesome. He does beer reviews, a lot of beer reviews lately, but he started off his channel, I think, while doing beer reviews of a different sort. But he is into whiskeys and other liquor, more liquor probably type stuff. You could throw what bourbon is a whiskey type thing, but it's just brewed, made in it, or distilled in a different location.
All bourbons are whiskeys, but not all whiskeys are bourbons.
That's
Okay.
correct.
That's a
Yeah.
very true
That's
statement.
very true.
Like all
But
fruits.
check out his channel. He's got those different lives that pop up. You got Dan FLX beer reviews and Mike also from FLX. Check them out. Always love watching their stuff. They just put out great content. It's amazing. That was like one of the best parts of meeting everybody was watching them do their stuff live, because it's kind of like it's like how much prep goes in. Well, Dan puts a lot of fucking prep into getting the setup. Like, I mean, getting the lights right. It's like, oh, I just fucking turn my shit on and go. Yeah, Dan gets he gets it like movie theater ready. But but the amazing thing is you would think that these guys have it like scripted with how smooth that they run their channel. Watching them live, it's not scripted. They just work together and they're snappy. Mike just he's as silly as he is in real life. That's who he is, and they just work so well together. It's amazing. Just to see all that stuff going on live, it was holy.
Yeah, and I did tell Dan. I said, in 2 days, I learned so much from him. I said, where the hell were you 5 years ago?
Yeah. Right. Yeah, definitely check out FLX. They are, when you're watching them on their channel, they are who they are in real life. It's pretty amazing. So, and then that's about it for my shout outs. Check out the Beer Palooza videos that will be coming out whenever the hell they come out on everybody's channel that was involved. You got 3 of us here. You got Tanner, East Coast LQ Reviews. You got Dan FLX beer reviews. You're gonna have Matt from Massive Beer Reviews, Kyle from No Hype, Joe the Beer Patrol, Keith 93 Lumber spelled out. 93 is spelled out.
Nerd Sense
with Sean and Mike. Which we need to. This is the funny thing. Like, we were talking, and I was like, I was talking to Mike, and I'm like, oh, hey, maybe we should meet up since we're both in New Hampshire, you know. And I'm like, maybe we can meet up at Spyglass. The one thing he said to me was, Spyglass is moving. It's like, oh, okay, so you don't want to meet up. Okay, cool, got it. And then I'm
Where
talking
is it moving?
and then Sean's like, hey, we should meet up. And I'm like, and Mike's like, yeah, maybe at like the Anheuser-Busch, just when we're all leaving. And Sean's like, well, or Spyglass. I said, yeah. Like, the one thing Mike said about Spyglass is they're moving. But then we never exchanged numbers. So that was something that we probably should have done. So we'll have
Is it really moving?
that's another way, I guess. But
You
anyway,
missed your opportunity.
yeah, it was a
You
great
didn't get
time.
the number.
We'll do
Dan
it.
can get you the
Oh,
number.
you're fired, BuMpy.
We'll
Dan
do
can
it.
get you the number. It's always a
And,
will, there's a way.
But yeah, just check out everybody's channel that was involved. You'll see different things going on. Did I miss anybody's channel?
For VTuber Palooza.
There's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Big shout out the resource.
Kyle over in No Hype Beer Reviews.
I said that.
You said that?
The resource, Steven.
So he has no
Yeah,
channel.
but Steve
I
doesn't
know,
have
I
a channel, and the other Joe doesn't have a channel.
Yeah.
So,
He used to. Any PA reviews, I think it was.
yeah.
It was
Yeah.
PA Brew.
I think I got everybody.
No,
that's
PA
on-
Brew.
that's on a channel.
PA Brew is Paul.
Oh, okay.
That's a whole different person. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I just appreciate the panel for being here tonight. Appreciate the chat as well. Thank you guys. You kept it lively, and I love that. And to all the viewers, And we're going to go ahead and let Alex take us on out of here tonight.
Before I sign out, my Food Fridays is 3 years ago too, Legendary BuMpy, because I just looked this up and I'm going on my my playlist.
Going back
Yeah,
in, boys.
it is 3 years as well.
Nice.
Yep, you
Nice.
got it, Legendary BuMpy. Damn, you know everything. All right, beyond that,
Really.
this is Alex the Beer Master, and we will see you all on the next live stream and the next video. This is Alex Beer Master signing out. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
My main goal is to blow up and then act like I don't know nobody.